Cupcake?
Coconut? Oh my god! Oh.
It's recording now.
I tried fucking with an M4 one day though. And that bitch was quick. I mean, we didn't really get a race in, but I saw him take
that's
off.
a different level than the 2 Series.
Yeah, that bitch was pretty fast. It had like a navy blue wrap on it, like a flat wrap.
Gay wrap.
Yeah, they always fucking do that shit too. Bags and wraps. Let me like pull up to my house and get the Wi-Fi. That shit's taking forever. If you look in the back seat, I got some new toys to go in the hot rod. Got a new vibrant resonator and a race muffler.
Is it gonna be quieter?
Well, it should be quieter than this. I mean, I'm going from 2.5-inch straight pipe to a 3-inch down pipe with a resonator and a muffler.
AC still don't work?
Yeah, it works.
Works now?
Just like your feet for some reason. They gotta.
All your windows down.
I gotta swap that blend door out. Alright, it's going faster now. It's almost done. So I've been watched conspiracy videos. They're slowing my shit down now. They're targeting me. Over here, it looks like it's sitting like this.
It's not? Shit's good. Alright. Fuck, man.
Alright, great.
We ain't making a fucking $1 million TV show. We'll install this bitch on camera.
Fucking evidence. And action. Going to Aldi's today to show you guys how to do a complete keto plan.
Woo.
Made easy.
Yeah,
Yes.
baby. Love it.
You know, I never knew any of these neighbors around here. I don't ever see anybody out of their houses. Probably all quarantined.
Fake commercial. Do you own a turbo 4-cylinder?
We'll go this way. Cause,
Do you want to be more of a douche than you already are? Buy our Pops and Bangs Stage 3. It'll pop. It'll bang.
and
then
we'll
you'll
blow
get
the fuck up.
And then you'll get banged in the ass. You're a fuck.
Do you want pops and bangs? I always love commercials like infomercials.
Do you want Pops and Bangs?
Are you sitting there half naked on a beanbag eating Cheetos out of your belly button? Oh, that one fell into your tank, didn't it? Listen here. You like pops. You like bangs.
Listen here.
Get them both together now.
Do you wear backwards visors? Sandals with socks? Does the bank own your car? If you've checked all these boxes, you're perfect for our new Pops and Bangs tune. Do you want to be looked at when you downshift?
Or when you let off the gas?
When you let off the gas?
I want to go that way because that S-turn right there is fun as hell.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, what's the progress on this?
Oh fuck, was that an HF hatch, bro?
HF. Is that even a real thing?
Yeah, it's like an old ass Honda CRXs or Civics that are like 1989 or some
HF?
shit.
I don't know.
Yo, bro, that's a fucking clean ass HF hatch. Did you see that?
Welcome to our car cast. I'm your host, Big G Money. And this is Matt, aka Big Bunny.
AKA baloney butt, baloney cheeks. I gotta come up with like a really fucked up, disgusting, funny nickname.
Mine is Mr. Used to Be Boosted. Now I get beat by minivans. Like I wanted to do a segment where it's like, yo, I raced this fucking car, dude. Like instead of me bragging about what I beat, it's me bragging about what I lost to.
Then yeah, just like popping them up on a high pedestal, like, dude, that fucking minivan was sick, bro.
Yo, 2002 Odyssey, automatic. That shit bust the fuck out of me,
What, they
bro.
make them in manual? What are you telling me, right?
Bro, that shit got the fuck out of me, dog. It's the best experience of my life. I'll tell you right now, bro.
I found Jesus, to be honest.
Bro, no one believes me. Mitsubishi Mirage, bro, last year. Had wheels and tires on it, bro. That shit was sick.
It had tires?
Bro, no one believes it got me by 2 cars, bro. No one. It's like the opposite of what normal people do.
I'm trying to think of something funny. I got nothing. You know what? Actually, I'll tell you a real story that happened this morning. I was at my girl's house last night, so I drove to work.
Oh, she
And,
might watch this. Don't divulge too much info.
I was on my way to work, and I was getting on I-4 from I-75, and I see this kid flying up behind me. He's just hauling ass, and he's doing like 100. Everyone's just chilling, doing like 70, and he's in a black second-gen Genesis 2.0 turbo, looking stock. Basically, we were fucking around, and I'm like, man, this guy's driving like an asshole, and you know, let me show him that he's not as fast as he thinks he is.
Yeah.
So I get up behind him, we take the exit from I-75 to I-4, and he gets all impatient from the guy in front of him. So he goes to merge over into I-4 and floor it. I'm in 4th gear, and I'm fucking on his ass. I'm going around him. But before I go around him, he puts his hazard lights on to try to show me,
fucking hate
like,
that.
game's already over, bro.
Game
You ain't even
over.
got a chance. And I was like, going around him, and he just left him on, and then he got all the way over to the right and just kind of started cruising.
Game over, bro. Hazard game.
I love when they got that kind of confidence, like, man, this shit's already over, bro.
It wasn't. It was already over when you like barely even were racing.
Yeah. It's funny.
That's that hazard game. Hazard game. Dude, that's like so 90s when you put the hazards on.
Well,
That's so
it
fucking
still goes
crazy.
on. It's the fucking Honda people.
Yeah, it's a
do this
Honda
shit.
thing.
If you go out somewhere that's not gated now, street racing on a Friday or Saturday night, and there's going to be a bunch of young ass 17-year-old dudes driving Honda Civics and shit,
You know what I want to do?
and they're all going to be as soon as they launch, as soon as the fucking dude, their cousin, puts their hands down from flagging him, they fucking put their hazard lights on, both of them. It's like, well, I don't know who won or lost, but they're like neck and neck, and they're both got their hazard lights on.
I just want to jump out of the stoplight, run up and unbend their license plate, and then jump back in and take off.
Unbend their license plate.
because they're always bent up.
Oh
I
god.
fucking hate that shit.
Dude, some of these houses over here are fucking sick.
Yeah. Look at this.
Little Jeep body,
Oh,
little Night Rider action.
yeah, bitch is sick.
Yeah, not bad, all glossy. Hood pins on the whip.
Bitch is clean, cut.
Alright, who's going now? Come on.
Yeah. So, what's the progress of the build right now?
Me or you?
Huh?
You said you were about to
Yeah.
grab a VR6
No,
one.
I was fucking with you.
Oh, I thought you were about to go
Yeah,
buy
no,
one.
that was my red money. That was flossing, bro.
So anyone that's watching this video, if you know of anyone selling a nice clean VR6 Jetta,
In Florida.
basically anywhere in Florida, but specifically Central Florida,
Yeah.
leave a comment.
Hit me up, bro.
But yeah, so I guess I don't know if you want to talk about the rabbit. So I just got some things in the mail today. Yo, it's your boy here. You know, holla at me, subscribe, like, share, fuck me in the ass.
Link in the description.
Yeah, no, but I got something in the mail today. It was so 2 weeks from now, I think, I'm getting the exhaust redone on the Rabbit, getting the downpipe refabricated by a local guy, 3-inch catless, all V-band, and I was gonna just have him do the downpipe on it, but I don't want to be straight pipe like I am now because it's too loud in the morning and it didn't really sound that good.
Bro, my girl got the same thing, except for hers is a 3-inch hairless. Not a catless. Oh, I'm just kidding.
3-inch hairless.
Do a pull.
Oh my god. But yeah, so I bought a vibrant resonator bottle type, and I got a cheap muffler. It's a race muffler.
Yeah.
It's I mean there's a couple companies that have the same type. Like I think Magnaflow and Flowmaster have these race mufflers where they're super small. Like it's a 3-inch muffler with a 4-inch body, so the body's like super thin all the way around it, and it's like this long, so it gives an aggressive sound. It probably muffles a very small amount, but considering I'm going from 2.5 straight pipe to 3-inch with a resonator, I think adding a muffler will help a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I'm basically adding 2 things to quiet it down a little bit on the first morning start. I think it'll help without being too quiet where it sounds like it's got no balls, you know.
What would be hardest things about creating a boosted rabbit and like getting it right. You know, like anybody can say, oh, you know, you got to get this part, that part. Like, what's the two most important aspects of it? Like to have like a quality setup that's not just like some fucking thrown together bullshit.
Well, a few things to take into consideration there. For one, it depends on who's doing it. So one issue we all fucking see is these young ass guys that want to do this type of shit. They want to boost the car that's not turbocharged. You already know there's a bunch of things that come as an issue bringing a non-turbo car to forced induction. But basically a lot of people that are doing it nowadays, or trying to, are these young kids that really have no business modifying a car on their own. And so a lot of times they do things wrong because they want to take the cheap route, and that is the last fucking thing you want to do with these cars. But so one issue is that they think that when you go to turbocharged the 2.5, there must be some kind of aftermarket support out there. So they're like, oh, who makes a downpipe? Who makes an intercooler kit? Or who sells the turbo kit? No one makes a kit anymore than they used to, which was a good
Especially
thing.
a downpipe.
Yeah.
In almost any turbo build, that's really one thing you're gonna have to splurge on and do right, is a custom downpipe from like
Something that's durable.
a fabricator that's gonna customize it, that has your car when he does it, mocks it up so it clears and everything.
Yeah, you don't want it too close to like
That's
ABS
something
mod.
you're really gonna have to spend money on besides the tune. In my mind, is a
It
custom
just-
downpipe.
No one makes things like that anymore. So basically, boosting a 2.5 is a piece together custom thing.
And if it's not your daily, like, I'm not opposed to a front fender exit or a hood exit if it's not your daily. Why
Yeah.
not? If it's a car you take out on Friday night and it's just savage, you don't care if it's loud, or you're just out to fucking like run people, for sure, do a fucking front fender exit or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm all about that shit. But if it's a daily, don't fucking cheap out. Do like
Yeah, I
at
mean,
least a fucking
Anyone who's
like
anyone who's
open exhaust.
turbocharging a 2.5 nowadays, is a 99% chance you're gonna have a downpipe and intercooler piping custom made.
Yeah, the intercooler
custom
piping.
fabricated.
Intercooler piping's a lot easier in my mind though.
It can be. I think there's some DIY mock-up kits out there where you can like mock them up how you need them to, cut them to fit, and then tape them together and mark them, and then send them to somebody for them to weld up for you.
Yeah.
Which I actually want to do
That's
that.
what I kind of did with my last car.
Yeah.
I bought 2 eBay 3-inch pipe kits, universal with like different bends and shit, mocked it up, and I only had to have one piece welded, and it was like a long piece welded together, and it looked clean as fuck instead of having a million couplers and shit.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're more chance of blowing a fucking T-bolt clamp, and like, you know what I mean? Just looks better too.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest hurdles of turbocharging a 2.5 is just the custom fabrication people don't think about. And if you go to someone reputable that's going to do a good job on it, it could be anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000.
Yeah.
There's some shops that if you want a custom made downpipe and intercooler kit like turnkey ready, it's like $3,000.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. Some people, like a lot of these kids actually come from the Honda game, and they're used to spending like $3,000 on a complete turbo kit.
Yeah, everything.
With everything, software included.
Our game is a little different here with Volkswagen and Audi.
Yeah.
For a good tune, you're spending over $1,000 or more. If you're dyno tuned, you're spending like $1,300 at least.
Yeah, like if you go with a flash tune, the only flash tune you can even get for a turbo is UM, which is it starts off around $950, but realistically, if you get tuned by UM for a turbo and you have an intake manifold upgrade, it's going to cost around $1,200.
Honestly,
You see that fucking Lagoon Blue Mark IV? It looked just like yours with black wheels too.
No, I wish I did.
That shit was sick.
Pisses me off that I don't have mine anymore. Here's the two routes I would go. If I was on a budget, I would do the flash tune to make sure my setup was decent quality. If I had some money to blow, I would buy a standalone, like an AEM or a Haltech or something like that, and go to a dyno tuner that knows Volkswagen and have them tune it.
Yeah.
The standalone's going to be $1,200 by itself, and then you're looking at what, at least $500 or so for a dyno session.
Well, you get a base map tune with it, but yeah, if you want custom tune, it could be $500 or more. But
So
for the 2.5, there is ECU Masters. ECU Masters has ECU and base map and custom harness for the 2.5, which the guy that makes the harness, he did have some issues making it right, but I think they got all that cleared up with the first couple of guinea pigs.
Yeah.
But that's ECU Masters, the EMU Black, and I think that's like $1,200.
And then you're looking at $500 for a good tuner session.
That's basically everything. $1,200-$1,300 for the ECU harness that's made with all the connectors, a base map tune to get you running and driving, and then you just need to take it to a local tuner that knows how to tune the Volkswagens. You know?
So you're looking at $1,500 to $1,700 for your standalone plus a good tune.
And that's easily 400 wheel horsepower.
Yeah.
As long as you have the right turbo and fuel.
And they're going to make sure your air fuel is right, but you're going to have to leave it at the boost that they tune it at, or close to it, you know.
Well, it depends. Cause
what
like,
does the UM give you at, like, what is it, like 20, gives you, what does the UM tell you to run? Like what boost?
UM's using the stock ECU, so it's very adaptive still, and you can, if you have a boost controller, you can turn it up. It's like what Cameron did.
Yeah.
He got tuned by UM, by one of their dealers in Orlando, and they meant to tune him at like 14 PSI or 12 or some shit, but they had some issues there. They applied the tune, but he had some problems where it wasn't building boost right. He was making like 4 pounds of boost or some shit. But he ended up, he drove away, drove fine, it just wasn't really making power, but he fixed whatever it was, I forget what it was now. But
what I'm saying, 12 to 14 pound range for that.
What do you mean? How much power?
Pounds of boost.
How much power that makes?
No, but I mean, like, that's what the tune runs.
Typically, I mean,
12 to 14.
Yeah, I mean, UM typically doesn't want their customers
and that's
making
good,
more
that's
than 60
good for
PSI.
what, like 320 or something?
A little more. Cameron made, when he got on the dyno, it was 340 or 360 wheel at 14 PSI, I think it was. Or
360?
No, 16 PSI at 360 wheel. And his torque was 320. That was
That's
pretty
not
good
bad.
torque.
That's pretty decent number.
But then he fucking turned it up to 18 and started racing fucking Lamborghinis and shit. Then he turned it up to 20 or 21 and raced a 600 on the highway and caught up to him. And then he raced some other shit and fucking he hurt all kinds of feelings. But then he had some, I think he had.
How much does it adapt though? Was it still running? Was it running like?
It was running pretty
good
lean.
Air fuel ratio.
Yeah, it was pretty lean, especially at 20, 21. Yeah, it was pretty lean. But I think he had either a cheap set of spark plugs or they got a little too old and he didn't replace it in time. I forget which one. But stand by. What ended up happening was he damaged one of the spark plugs and like the ground strap fell into the piston or the cylinder and it hurt the ring.
Fucking little bitch.
Yeah, it's ballsy for a 1.7.
That's a fucking Honda too.
1.7 liter Civic making like 123 at the crank. I'm gonna cut off 3 lanes of big vehicles. Well, I'm not in a big vehicle, but they were.
So, knowing what you know now about, well, I wouldn't say knowing, but how you are now with the Volkswagen scene, everything else. If you wouldn't have got a 2.5, well, technically, like, if you didn't get a 2.5, where would you, because you were a car person before that, you know what I mean? So, if you didn't get a 2.5, where would you be car-wise in the scene, like, if you never did the 2.5, like, the way you did?
You know what I was looking for when I was looking for a car? So back in 2009, I got this in 2010, September 2010, I think. Was it 2009? Anyway, I bought the car. What I was looking for at the time was basically what I could afford, but the most power possible. But obviously, this didn't really come to mind at first.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I was comparing this to realistically, like what was like a smart purchase, not the most powerful, obviously. But this was competing with the brand new Honda Civic at the time and like a 07 Nissan Sentra Spec V. Because it was a little lightweight car, made 200 horsepower and a 4-cylinder. And I was like, oh, that might be a good platform to modify, maybe. I'm glad I didn't do that. But the thing about that Sentra was, that thing, the stock sound system sounded like a broken cardboard box. It sounded like a total piece of shit. The paint was super thin, like there was rock chips all over the hood. And it was a used car, so obviously it is what it is. But fucking the Jetta, and of course it's comparing a new car to a used car, but the Jetta was like hands down worlds of a difference in every way. The interior quality, the look, like had material here on the A-pillars versus hard plastic and shit. Like the stock sound system was great. Like the quality overall was just like fucking mind-numbingly different compared to the Sentra. But I also compared it to a new Civic. The Civic wasn't as nice, and it was like not much of a difference in price, and it was less powerful, and I'm like, it's also a Civic, fuck that. So I got this. But what I was looking for before I was making a rational, smarter purchase, the first cars I was looking at buying was like a 05, 06 STI, or I was also looking at like a 2006, 2007 G35 Coupe, just because it's rear-wheel drive, manual, and other stuff. You know, I just wanted something that was as close to 300 horsepower as I could get and modifiable. But you know, the STIs were just not very realistic. So what the amount of money they wanted for them, and I kept hearing more and more about all these issues with fucking blow-by and rod knock. Like the fucking 08 was the 08, but there was a newer model too. I think around 2013. The STIs that were coming out, brand new cars with less than like 30,000 miles were having rod knock, driving normal. Those Subarus were. And I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't fucking buy one of those, even though obviously it's under warranty.
Yeah.
But then when you're out of warranty, then what happens?
Yeah.
So I ended up getting the Jetta. I'm fucking glad I did. I'm so glad I did, because it was such a great car. It wasn't the fastest thing, but then again, when you know how to do certain things, you can make it quick enough to make you happy, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, it was never fast, and it was never even quick. I always tell myself that I made the Jetta get into the realm of almost kind of starting to be sort of quick. Kind of.
Honestly, like the way it looked, like compared, like if you compare like what you raced and what you beat and what you hung with, the numbers on the dyno sheet don't make sense to how it actually performed.
Yeah, I thought that too, because it was
like what you made, like what, 190, 200 horsepower.
No, not even. The best, the dyno that I had, and this was before the tubular evolution tuning header. I never got the dyno after that install, but the dyno I had was 188 wheel horsepower. 188 wheel, and like, and looking at the dyno and feeling how the car felt on the way to the dyno, I'm like, this isn't gonna be good. It's not good. It doesn't feel like it did in its peak. Whenever like it feels quick and it's running its best, it didn't feel that way on that dyno day. And I don't know if it was just the humidity in the air or what, but it's so funny talking about it, because it sounds, to me, I just feel like I'm making nicer excuses. Man, it was humid outside, I wasn't making the power. But at the end of the day, it just didn't feel the same. Like there was just times where the car would feel like the timing advance was like super aggressive. And like it was always apparent on cold days. Whenever it was cold and dry, it was always obvious. It was always running good. But if it wasn't ideal, it was hit or miss. You know, which was annoying. But yeah, I think I always wanted to like wait until it was getting cold outside to go to the dyno, and then wait for a specific night where it was just like really hauling ass, and then run to the dyno real quick and be like, put it on, let me see what happens. I want to see why it fucking feels this good. Where's the timing at, you know? Because it was like, it was like an experiment. Like, why the fuck does this car feel this fucking good? Because in the times where it felt its quickest, like, dude, it was, I can't even explain it. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Just as fun as having the boosted rabbit. It was so much fun when it ran that good. You know, having the Michelin Pilot Sports on it and being able to spin through first, and it was grabbing each gear hard as hell and just pulling. Didn't feel like it had a flat spot anywhere, just pulling all the way to redline. You know, like when I raced the Evo, when I raced the Ford Focus ST. I remember when I beat the dark blue Focus ST that's in my videos. Well, it's unlisted because it's racing.
Yeah.
I don't have it like visible anymore. But I was full weight. I had full weight, spare tire in the car, and I fucking walked him by several car lengths. You know, which is crazy. So I wish I could have thrown the car in a dyno like that night.
That was the good old days.
Yeah, I haven't fucking went out racing in forever.
Where the fuck are we?
South side.
Yeah, it looks good over here.
I don't think there's an entrance to the interstate right here. Could be wrong.
That's how you know you're in the hood.
Crispy
Yeah,
crab.
Yeah, the crispy crab, cuz. Getting dinner at the crab. Look at the SUV next to him. 28s.
Fucking like 26s on a bourbon.
On the bourbon, baby.
I noticed something. When you go to like the middle class areas, there's no like street lights like this, like the low ones.
Yeah.
If you go to the rich area in the hood, they got the same lights.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Because they're always out.
If you go to Snow Isle, Snow Isle by the water, or Bel Air, or the hood, they got the same lights. 22nd Street. Yeah, let's go here. I don't know where we're going.
Taking us in the hood. Deep in the hood.
Fucking the sheets.
Damn, look at they're on the corner block party Tuesday night.
Block party. If you smell barbecue.
Let's pull up in there and be like, hey guys, we're looking for directions.
That's for something that's really fucked up, like
Do you know where Captain Rainbow's ice cream shop is?
Captain Rainbow.
Look at another crispy crunch.
Have you guys heard of
Why is everything crispy?
Have you guys heard of the Green Olive? No, what'd that be? It's a gay club, you know.
The Green Olive.
Like, where the fuck are we?
We're gonna get shot.
This isn't Kansas anymore. It's starting to get dark out. Fucked.
Hey boss, have you heard of Tutti Fruttis?
Hey boss. Hey boss, let me holler at you for a minute.
We're running out of light here, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Fell slow.
That's a pretty dope little mirror. Yeah, this is like the hipster area. Dandy's.
Oh,
Pet
Black
Inn.
Crow Coffee. Yeah, when you see places like that, like they're painted olive colored and they have names like Black Crow Coffee and they got vines on their windows, yeah, they're fucking hipster for sure. I wonder if they have any coconut cupcakes in there.
Only fucking muffins. Oh my god, they're young as fuck.
Agreed, so agreed.
They don't know they're like miles from death in the hood.
Yeah, a half a mile.
They're miles from instant rape.
Insta rape.
Insta rape.
Greg, would you like a cupcake?